Hello, and welcome to Double Edge Game Reviews. Matt here, and today I'm going to show you how to learn and power up the most powerful Scarlet Rot incantation. This will make boss fights much easier. If you liked the video, please click the like button and subscribe for more content. Without further ado, let's get into today's video. Before I begin, I want to explain why I'm making this video. You see, Elden Ring was my first real experience with a FromSoft game. I had heard prior to its release that they were incredibly difficult, but I've been a gamer since the early 90s playing Mario on this NES, and I have enjoyed challenging games before, and I figured with a little work I would be okay. But I quickly learned I was wrong. I died dozens and dozens of times. I struggled against many of the bosses in the game, but I really enjoyed the beauty and mechanics of the game, so I struggled on. I eventually found several different tips and guides to piece together what I'm going to show you today. This made the rest of the game, and even many of the really difficult bosses, including Millennia, much easier for me to beat. As you can see from the game footage that's been playing while I've been talking, this incantation can be very powerful and has two parts. The initial spray, which deals direct damage while it builds up the Scarlet Rot. The second part, once the Scarlet Rot has built up enough on the enemy, is damage over time. There are two incantations I will show you today that use this effect. The first is easily accessed very early in the game, and the second can be earned with a little leveling early as well. Additionally, I will show you a couple early game options to increase the potency of these incantations. We're going to start from the first step, Point of Grace in Limgrave, and follow this path. Head west down to the beach. To explain a little more, the incantations we're after today are specifically Dragon Communion incantations, so we must first visit the Church of Dragon Communion. I will show you the way. Using these ruins, you can hop down from the cliff to the beach, then head north until you see the coastal cave. Head inside and grab the Point of Grace. Continue through the cave following this path. The enemies here can be easily beaten, or you can run by until you reach this room. Here you will fight the twin bosses. They will give you your sewing needle and tailoring kit once beaten. Continue through the back rather than returning to the entrance. Keep following this path up and out of the cave and you will end up on this island. Make your way south up the hill towards the church. Defeat the invader to proceed. Once you defeat the invader, grab the Point of Grace and then head into the church. There you will find the altar of Dragon Communion and can purchase a few other incantations. Next, we're headed to the Cathedral of Dragon Communion in Scarlet. From the Scarlet Highway South Point of Grace, head south and you'll see Ekzykes the Dragon guarding the path to the church. Ignore him for now and run past to the church. Watch out for the enemy right inside and you'll see the altar here. Head to the left and you'll see a Point of Grace. Once you grab the Grace Point and rest to reset the enemy by the entrance, head back to the altar. There will be several more spells yet again to get here, and you will earn more as you kill more of the named dragons in the game. The one we're after for now is called Rotten Breath. You will need a dragon heart to learn this incantation. There are several ways to get one early, including killing the giant dragon here in Caelid that you can attack from behind risk-free. Now that we have our first incantation, I will show you how to get the best seal to use for this. We will head to the Stranded Graveyard where we first started the game. You will need a Stone Sword key to proceed. You can purchase one from Patches if you have unlocked him as a merchant. He can be found at the Scenic Isle Point of Grace in Liurnia of the Lakes. Alternatively, the twins at the Round Table will sell a few, or they can be found in various places around the map if you've already picked one up. After you have used your key, proceed inside and follow this path. Run through the poison and then wait for the chariots. Proceed through, being careful not to let them run you over. There will be several places you can stop on the sides to get to safety before they go by. Don't be afraid to take your time. This part in particular can be very tricky if you don't have enough health to survive one of their hits. Take your time and work on your timing when to run, or like me, be ready to use a flask or two. We're almost there. What we're after will boost the damage of your Dragon Communion incantations, such as Rotten Breath. Once you reach this room, defeat the enemy inside and pick up your reward, the Dragon Communion Seal. The seal requires 10 arcane and 10 faith to use it effectively, and it scales as well with arcane and faith. To be most effective, you will want to improve this to a plus 10 using somber smithing stones. There are a number of guides that will reveal early ways to get all 10 stones you will need to improve this all the way to plus 10. To include that here would make this video much longer, so I will leave that part to another guide. The next item we will want to collect is the Roar Medallion Talisman. It will boost the damage from your Rotten Breath attack by 10%. Medallion is located in Limgrave tunnels, which can be accessed from the lake near the Church of Ella. Take your time and make your way through the tunnels until you reach the final room with the wooden gate. Defeat the troll boss inside to collect your reward. Congrats! Combine all of these together and you should be able to make easy work of most of the early and even mid-game bosses without any trouble. It will probably take some practice working on the timing for your attack. When you feel you are ready, you can return with and beat Ekzykes outside of the Cathedral of Dragon Communion in Caelid, and return with 2 dragon hearts after to the altar in the cathedral and learn Ekzykes Decay. This new incantation will further increase the potency by 18% as well as have a slightly farther range. Using Ekzykes Decay with the Dragon Communion Seal and the Roar Medallion, most of even the late game bosses will also become much easier to beat. Once they are corrupted, it will continue to do damage and do much of your work for you. There are a few other ways that you can further boost this damage through talismans you can get in the late game and the new dragon form from the DLC. I will make another guide for the late game showing how to maximize your dragon build later. Thank you for sticking with me this far. I really hope this has helped you as much as it did me in my first journey through the lands between. If you have any questions or suggestions for more content, please comment below. Thank you again for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video.